Hey everybody, it's Heather, and I am back today with a brand new podcast. It is Friday, December 6th. Yeah, I didn't get to film last week because it was Black Friday and we had some family drama here. On the day before Thanksgiving, my daughter's boyfriend drove his car into my garage door, which then in the garage door hit my car. So we kind of spent Thanksgiving and the day after Thanksgiving thinking, what are we going to do here? He just destroyed our garage door. Our garage door would not open. We couldn't get my car out. Like, the garage door dinged up my bumper. Not a big deal, but we couldn't get the car out. And it's my family car, so I'm the one who drives the kids around. So my husband had to spend like 3 hours on Thanksgiving morning to get my car out of the garage. And then finally 3 hours later, he managed to get the garage door open, and then he couldn't get it back down. And we didn't want anybody robbing us or stealing anything out of the garage, even though I live in a good neighborhood. So it took him another 2 hours to get it back down, which was, it was an interesting morning considering we usually do our Thanksgiving as a lunch with my family. They come over to my house and we do it as a mid-lunch. So we had a chaotic Thanksgiving. So I didn't get to film last week. Garage door is still not fixed. I'm parking in the drive, which is not my favorite. And I know that sounds so ridiculous, but I got accustomed to parking in the garage. And now that I can't, whatever. It's a small problem in this huge world. So let's talk about what I am wearing. I never do this because I very rarely wear knits, but I am wearing, what in the world is this? There is a, I think it's just what it is. I think it's just the way the increases are in the neckline. This is called the Crisp Cranberry sweater. It is by Drops Design. I am pretty sure it is a free pattern. It is a free pattern on Ravelry. I use Premier Yarn Chow Paca, like alpaca, I guess, in the colorway CP09. I don't know the name of the color, it is a super bulky weight yarn. It is mildly itchy. It's a lot like a Felix. I mean, it has very similar, but it's deeper. I mean, that's from my arm, that is, but whatever. It's cute, it's cozy, it's a little itchy, but it's not that big a deal. I like the cuff is super long. It's a simple sweater. The ribbing on the bottom is also long, like this. I don't believe I ever blocked that, so, or blocked this. It's a very cushy, oversized sweater. So there's that. Not much to say about it. I've never worn it. I think I wore it one time last year, but it is cold today. It's in the low 30s, so I thought I'd wear it. And it also only took me 5 days to knit this sweater, 4 or 5 days. So there is that. So I have a few finished objects. I have 2 finished objects I'm going to show you, which I'm very excited about. And I have a couple works in progresses. I'm not going to show you my dress this week. I have been working on it, but not as much because I've been trying to get some gift knits finished. So yeah, I am going to get back to the dress. I'll probably knit on it some today. So the first finished object I have to show you are these. These are kind of a spur of the moment knit for my daughter. She is 5. She'll be 6 on Wednesday. She actually really likes wearing hand knit socks, which is really cool because she's the only one in my family other than me who does. My husband wears them, but he doesn't have that many pairs. So my daughter likes her. So I was like, hey, I'm gonna knit her a pair of socks for Christmas. These are knit out of Knit Picks Felici in the color Animal Cookies, like the frosted animal cookies. It's a few years old. I've had it for a long time. I only had one 50-gram little ball, so I knew I was going to make her something with them, so I made her these. And very excited. This is my first attempt at a short row heel, and they were a semi-success. They are successful enough for my 5-year-old, I think. They are self-striping, obviously, because that's what Felici is. I did not color control at all. I just kept going. And then on the toe, I did, what do they call, I guess a beanie toe, because it's like a hat. It looks like a boobie. Oh, looks like a boobie. Don't tell her. So yeah, I just made up the toe as I went with the amount of decreases that I wanted to. Like, I didn't really put that much thought into them. I didn't use a pattern. I did use a pattern for the heel. The heel is called it's like a German short row, I think. I'm pretty sure it's a German short row heel. I do have a video that I will link below for the heel, because like, I didn't know how to do this, so I went and found a YouTube video, and it walked me through it, and it was pretty successful. Was it my favorite heel to knit? No. But I mean, it's not terrible looking. I think I will knit one pair of socks like with a heel like this for myself, just to see if I like it, because I'm pretty much a heel flapping gusset girl, and that's what I'm accustomed to, so that's what I use. So it's more familiar to me. And then like, I can do a stockinette heel. I can do any heel that is with a gusset, a heel flap and a gusset. So this is my first attempt at these. It was not my favorite, but it wasn't absolutely hard or anything. So my biggest thing was trying to figure out about the holes on the sides, excuse me, of the heels. And I pretty much just, added an extra stitch and knitted some stitches together, and it pretty much closed up the heel, and I am okay with the way it goes. So my first finished object. I did knit these super tight. Like, the gauge is super tight. And I knit them on a US 0. And I think Felici is a little bit thicker than the average small indie dyer. Like their 80-20 merino, or their 75-25. So it was very tight. So I blocked them and I stretched them heavily to make sure that they would fit my little girl. I'm pretty sure they will now, because I did block them and they did stretch a good bit, so I am happy with that. And they're super cute, aren't they? They're adorable. Now, my oldest daughter told me that they look like the trans flag. And I think that's funny, because I didn't notice it until she said it, and then now I can't unsee it, because I'm not positive, that the trans flag is like baby blue, pink, white, pink, baby blue, or it could be pink, baby blue, white, pink, baby blue. I'm not sure. It could be like, it's something like, it's the same colors as this. Now, the stripe pattern is not the same, but it doesn't really matter. I don't care. To each their own. I like all the flags. They're beautiful. So that is all I have to say about that. I did cast on, I don't even know how many stitches I cast on. Let's see if it says on here. It does not. I don't know. I cast on some, knit some. That's sad. I really don't know how many I cast on. I will count them later and put it on my Ravelry page. So, all that to say, that's my first finished object. My second finished object is another pair of socks that you have not seen. They are knit out of my Yarnable for, I am not sure, a Yarnable that I received this month, probably July, seeing as though the color is red, white, and blue. Is the Yarnable color Oh My Stars. It's beautiful red, white, and blue speckles. My son, who is 9, is currently obsessed with flags, presidents, states, countries, and yeah. So red, white, and blue is United States flag, obviously. So I decided to knit him a pair of socks. I used a Ficalana Aroueta Classic in just a red. It's called Chinese red. I actually know that one. And then I did the 3 rows at the top. I did a couple more rows of it is a 1x1 rib. And then I knit like 30 for the leg, I think. No, I knit 20 for the leg, and then I did just a stockinette heel because, as you may know, he has some sensory issues because he is on the autism spectrum, and he does not like weird things touching his feet, and I want him to wear these socks. So, and then I did his foot, and then I did a regular toe, and this isn't a mini that I had. It's a navy blue type mini. I do not know the name. It did not come with a name. It was from a swap that I did previously and a few years ago. So yeah, I think these socks are so cute, and I think he's gonna love them. I'm so proud of these. I kind of got tired of working with these because I'm not a huge fan of the colors red, white, and blue together. I'm not like a mad obsessed patriot, I guess you could say, especially with the way the world is going these days. So I enjoyed knitting them for him, knowing that he's gonna love them because they are red, white, and blue is literally all it took to make me want to knit these, and because I would do anything to make my son happy. So now he has another, this is his second pair this year. He got a pair for his birthday with another Yarnable color, ironically. So now he got a new pair of socks, and I can't wait to give them to him for Christmas because, you know, when he gets socks or anything knit from him, he's like, he lights up. Even though he doesn't really wear them, he lights up. He's like, oh, for me? You knit me socks? Oh, beast of my heart. I love that boy. Okay. So that is all of my finished objects. I am working on this hat again that I am making for my husband for Christmas. It is being made with Lang yarns, and it's the Frida line. It is 100% virgin wool in the color 1078.0008. I'm not a huge fan of this yarn. Honestly, there are so many places that this yarn is broke, and I have to like splice it back together, and then there are some places that are extremely thin, and it's just not my favorite yarn. And it was a gift to me from my teenage daughter who went into a local yarn shop and bought this yarn for me, and because of that I am using this yarn, and I am very happy to use this yarn because it's from her. So you have to be very delicate with this yarn because it is extremely sensitive. Not as sensitive as like Newton, but it's still very sensitive. I call it sensitive. It doesn't like being pulled on. Don't pull its hair. It doesn't like that. So this is what I have left of it. It is a pretty color. I love the way that the color is working up. I am making a muscle burrow hat. I was gonna just make a double brimmed hat, but I think I'm gonna keep going and try to make a muscle burrow hat. I think it would be warm. My husband will wear it if it's a muscle burrow hat. I kind of want him to have one because I have two, and they are by far my favorite hats. I love the way they fit on my head. They're just great. So I'm gonna show you a spot right here where I just came up to, like right here, like this. It's upside down, but that's okay. You see, that's not a pull. It's not a drop stitch. It is just the way the yarn played out, and I don't like that. It makes it look like it's not perfect. And here's this where it's a piece of the yarn is like broken and it sticks out a little bit. That doesn't make me happy. Excuse me, please. Watermelon juice with water. And I did manage to find me a color changing Christmas class. This one is Christmas lights, and they go from like, they're kind of changing. See if my hand will warm them up. They go from a white color and then they change into colors, which makes me happy. Okay, so back to this. I am, let's see, my husband's head, I don't know how to measure that. That's about half. I would say that's the halfway mark. I'm not making them super slouchy. I don't think my husband would prefer that. I think he prefers them to be closer fitted, kind of like I do. So I'm about at the halfway mark, which is good because, yeah, I'll be glad when this one is done. I do have another hat that I need to knit before Christmas for my daughter's boyfriend. Not that he deserves anything after he drove into my garage, but I'm trying not to hold that against him because he is only 18. So I am going to make him a muscle bro hat, or I'm going to make him what's the 1x1 rib hat by Pro Soho. One of those two I'm going to make him for Christmas. And I have the yarn picked out. I just have to figure out which one I'm going to make. It all depends on how fast I can get this hat done, because it is the 6 and I don't know that I have any other gift knits that I have to make. I do want to make a pair of Christmas socks for my daughter's baby doll. And I am going to make her a matching pair of, with the animal cookie yarn that I had left from the Felici. This is all that is left of the 50-gram ball. Plenty enough to make a pair for a reborn size baby doll newborn socks. So I will be making them. I will not be making a short row heel. Not that into it that I've been making for a doll baby. I'll just make a tiny heel flap and gusset as I have in the past. And so they will have matching socks. My daughter really likes to match me or even her doll baby. So it's really fun for her. So I will be making her a matching pair, the baby doll. So that I intend to cast that on either today or tomorrow. The only other work in progress that I want to show you is I bought the Woolens and Nosh 24 stripe Advent socks. I did see on another podcast that everybody does not start on the same color. Now, if you are a participant in this Advent and you did not start, let's see, if you are a participant in this Advent and you do not want spoilers in case that we did not start on the same color, please close your eyes. I will show it quickly. I'm only going to show one. They are both the same sock. I'm not making a vanilla sock for once in my life. I am up to date, even though I did not cast these on until yesterday? Day before yesterday. I cast it on the day before yesterday. I had to finish my son's sock before I would allow myself to cast on these Advent socks. So yesterday, oh, my contact slip was spent doing these socks, catching up. Now, don't look if you don't want to see the Woolens and Nosh Advent 2024 sock up to day 6 in case we did not start on the same color. So, this is what I have so far. I'm starting the heel flap now. Well, I'll flip it over. I'm starting the heel flap now with the next colors because I don't want a really high sock. And I have, in the years past, been able to get a full sock out of 24 stripes. And I would like to keep that tradition alive. So what I have done is a 2x1 rib. I cast on 60 stitches, US 1 needles. I am using 9-inch circulars, but when I do the heel flap, I always go to a DPN for that because it's easier. I did a 2x1 rib, as I said, on the rows that when the color changes, wherever it is, I just go ahead and knit one row of knits, and then I go back into the 2x1 pattern. And then once I got to where I was ready to put in the leg, I decided to make a similar pattern for the leg. I did a 2x1 rib, but when I do the black stripes, which is the stripe that separates the days, I am just knitting all of that. So wherever the black starts, I start knitting the rounds until the black ends, and then I will pick up the next stitch in the pattern wherever it should be, knit or purl, and then I continue on so that it looks really, it looks clean and nice. It really does. It's pretty. So we have day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and I am ready for day 7 tomorrow. And I do have both up to the exact same point. Both of them are now on the DPN for the heel start tomorrow for day number 8. So you can look back now if you didn't want to see the Woolens and Nosh Advent. Yeah, so that's pretty cool, huh? The next thing I want to show you is I mentioned last time we were here a charity called Socks for Sam. I had mentioned that I didn't want to knit my husband that sock anymore, so I decided to go ahead and donate it to a charity called Socks for Sam. Socks for Sam is a charity that is trying to raise awareness to benefit Vanishing White Matter Disease Family Foundation. They are taking individual socks, hand knit individual, I'm guessing probably crochet too, because you can crochet a sock. So they are taking them, and there is a hashtag on Instagram called hashtag Socks for Sam. They are trying to raise money and just knowledge about this foundation. So I decided to pass on this sock to them because I didn't want to knit the second one, and it is a man-size sock. They said they would take any size sock. I don't know how Sam can wear any size sock, so I'm not exactly sure what they're going to do with the socks that they receive that do not fit him. Perhaps they will give them to somebody else who has that disease. Sam, the person who this is named after, likes to wear mismatched socks and he is in a wheelchair, and it's very nice to see them on him. He's so cute, and just looking at his cool socks is really cool. So I decided to send them this sock, and I have another sock, which is a Knit Picks Felici sock. I do not remember the colorway, that I knit a couple years ago, that I was using as a backdrop for stitch marker photos when I was selling stitch markers. So it's never been worn. I decided to also send this one. So now I have 2 socks that I am sending in, and I will be mailing them out today. I already have them in the mailer, but I wanted to show them to you. I wrote a little card, stick in, and yeah, so I will be mailing these out today, 2 socks for Sam. I will leave a link down below to the foundation's website so you can learn more about it, because it's really cool to help people. And if you can knit and send out a sock, why not, right? It's a nice thing to do. Let's keep people's feet warm, right? So the last thing I want to do is show you 2 acquisitions. Not a big deal. And then I'm going to show you my advents, but I'll get to that. So I want to show you the 2 acquisitions that I have received this month. One I paid for, one I received as a Get Your Yarn Wish Granted 2024. So the first one is my Yarnable for the month of December 2024. This is my last one, because like I told you before, I have canceled the subscription. So this is December 2024. The color is Dynamite. It's a gorgeous color. I actually really like this color. I'm kind of surprised that the December colorway wasn't a holiday themed colorway, but to each their own. I actually really like this colorway. Yeah, so it's like pretty greens, purples, pinks, white, teals, aquas, all that good stuff. So it's pretty pretty. The extras I don't have with me. I got stitch markers. The extras this month were actually kind of cute. There was 3 dinosaur stitch markers, which kind of represent my 3 kids, which I liked. And then there was a pair of scissors, like a little mini scissor. So the yarn that I got for Get Your Yarn Wish Granted was, I asked for some, what is it called? I can't remember what it's called now. When you have the little neps in the yarn, whatever. I asked for tweed. I asked for some tweed yarn. Somebody popped up and said that they had a skein of pinkish kind of tweed yarn and would I like it? And I said, absolutely, I love pink. So yeah. So they sent me this and I love it. This is my very first skein of Skein Cocaine yarn. It is the colorway Sunny and Share, I'm pretty sure. It is in the Donegal Luxe sock base, 85% superwash blue face luster, 15% nylon. It is 438 yards to 100 grams, and I am so excited. I got my very first skein of Skein Cocaine. Excuse me. It's beautiful, and I love it. So thank you so much. If you have participated in Get Your Yarn Wishes Granted, it's really cool to be able to share what you have if you don't need it and somebody else really wants it, and it's really cool to be able to get something that you don't have. I have never knit with tweed yarn. I've always wanted to, so I'm very excited to be able to knit with this. So there's that. So the last thing I am going to show you this week is my advents. As I've told you before, I got 2 advents. I got the Artemis Yarns Medusa advent, and I got the Castle View Yarns Greatest Showman advent, and I love both of them. So far they are absolutely stunning. Both of them are perfect. I will show you in just 1 second a clip of me showing you days 1 through 5 of both advents. I have them hung on a Christmas tree downstairs. They are the only ornaments on the tree, so it's a advent tree right now, so which is what it's going to be for the rest of this season. But on day 1, on both of them, I did get stitch markers, so I wanted to show you those too. So for my Greatest Showman advent, I received this glass stitch marker. It is of Barnum's hat, which is so pretty. This is by Flame Knits, which I now follow on Instagram. She handmade these glass stitch marker. Oh, that's good, because you can see like the green band. I want you to see that, because when I was looking, like all the bands came out kind of different because of the way she fired them. So like everybody's like band across their hat was a little bit different. I love that. This is handmade lampwork glass beads. So she took a lot of time to sit there and make these. So props to her. These are gorgeous. This is her information. Right here is her social media. Instagram is Flame Knits, and Folksy Shop is Flame Knits. So I don't know what Folksy is. Maybe it's kind of like an Etsy. I'm not really sure. And that was for my Castle View yarn advent. Day 1, it came with that. Now, day 1 of my Artemis Yarns calendar also came with stitch markers and a progress keeper, and they are gorgeous. These are absolutely cool. Like, they're just circle ones, but they're not like a cheap metal one or a cheap plastic one. These ones are just, they kind of almost look like little bangle bracelets that Medusa would have worn, I think. Gorgeous. And then you have this one with the 2 beads, and then you have a snake progress keeper, or I mean, excuse me, stitch marker. And that is awesome to me. So this was my 2 extras for day 1s of my advents. I haven't received any other extras throughout, other than what I, the extras add-on that I have purchased, and I will show you them probably at the end of Advent season, because yeah, it's easier that way. So I'm going to add a clip right here of me showing you days 1 through 5 of the 2 Advents that I have received. So this is my Greatest Showman Advent Calendar name list, and it is from Castle View Yarns, and I got the Yak Silk DK base. I just wanted to try a DK base this time. So this is where I am keeping my Advents. I have this 9-foot tall tree in my kitchen, and these are the Advent days 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you can see that it is a slow fade so far, and I am loving these colors. Like, they're very rich and deep and just beautiful. So I'm keeping them on this tree. The only thing on this tree is going to be the 2 Advents, and then the stars and the candy canes, and I think it's gonna look beautiful. So we're gonna go over here, and we are going to see my other Advent that I have, which is Artemis Yarns, and this is the Medusa Advent. They are in order of day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have not opened day 6 yet. I opened my Advents in the evening with my kids and my husband when he gets up work. So as you can see, this is also a slow fade, which is amazing because I think these 2 colors pair so well together, even though this is finger and weight yarn, pretty sure. Yeah, this is the high twist base. So yeah, the colors they pair well together. So I'm very happy with this. And like I said, this was Artemis Yarns Medusa 2024 Advent. And then this one over here is the Castle View Yarns Greatest Showman Advent. So yeah. So that is pretty much all I really have today. I hope everybody is having a great day. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving if you celebrate in America. And I hope you're having an enjoyable time unboxing your Advents if you are unboxing them. If not, that's okay too. I've seen some people who went overboard, like with 25 yarn Advents, and it's just like, whew, that's a lot to keep up with. Previous years, I haven't even been able to keep up with multiple. Last year, I think I had 3. I had 2 daily Advent yarns, and then I had 1 weekly. And I didn't even open one of the dailies. I still haven't opened it, which is so sad. I keep saying that I'm going to open it. I meant to open it this year for my birthday, but I didn't. Because my birthday is the last day of the month. I could, pan it out. I opened the first 2 and then I gave up on that. Even though I want the yarn out, I just, something about it. I don't know. I'm going to get to it. Maybe this year for my birthday. So that's all I really have. I hope everybody is having a wonderful day. And I hope you are keeping hope alive. Peace, guys. Love you. Bye.